Hello there, my name is Steven, and I'm here to discuss the 3 reasons why I think Fairly Oddparents is going downhill and why it needs to just go ahead and end. I grew up watching Fairly Oddparents. It's probably one of my favorite cartoons of all time, next to SpongeBob SquarePants and Rugrats. Even though more so nowadays, even though I'm 25 years old, I'm starting to like more shows like Gravity Falls, Loud House, Star vs. the Forces of Evil, Adventure Time, and even the occasional episode of Steven Universe is okay. But I want to talk about Fairly Oddparents and why I think the show needs to end. It's been on for 15 years. That's longer than most cartoons can even consider being on the air at this point in time. Sure, The Simpsons has lasted for about over 25, 26 years. King of the Hill had a good, decent long run. South Park's been on for 20 seasons now. But Fairly Oddparents, the thing about that is, that show has been dead and brought back to life so many times I can't even count it on one hand. Here are just 3 reasons why I think the show just needs to go ahead and die. Nickelodeon just needs to take it out back and do the deed. Number 1. The characters. Yes, the newer characters have completely ruined the series and its logic. Number 1. Poof. I am not really offended by that much. I can see why they added Poof. I mean, they want to keep the fairy tradition going for the other kids, and plus, since fairies seem to never die, they can live for thousands of years. It was a big deal when they introduced the fairy baby, because everybody thought, well, maybe a new fairy would liven up the show more. Really? No, it hasn't. Then we have Sparky the fairy dog. Then again, I can let that one pass, because Timmy is not very good with earthly pets, so they give him a fairy dog to work with. And knowing a fairy, they can live for since fairies can live for thousands of years, this is one dog he won't have to worry about feeding, watering, bathing, doing all that stuff, because Sparky can talk and do all that shit on his own. But the icing on the cake, yes, the icing on the cake of why the show is going downhill with the characters is Chloe. I've seen a few episodes with Chloe in it, and let me just say, Nickelodeon, what the hell are you thinking? Honestly, what the hell are you thinking? Having Timmy to share his fairies, Cosmo and Wanda, with another character? You don't do that. Apparently Jorgen says there's some kind of shortage in the show of fairies. That's just like us right now here in the South with the gas shortage. They say there's not enough gas to go around because of a pipeline spill. So right now here where I am in North Carolina and the other southern states like Tennessee and Georgia, South Carolina, they're limiting us on gas. And they're saying we have to get $20 at a time. But that's off the topic. Let me get back to this. So yes, apparently there's a shortage on fairies and Timmy has to share them. I can see how that would fuck up the show. There's supposed to be millions of fairies and millions of kids having them, and there's supposed to be some new fairies, different kinds of fairies. You're not supposed to fucking share them. I mean, Cosmo and Wanda, sure, they've had different kids through the ages, but never were they shared at any one time. Now Timmy has to share them. My God, what the hell have they done? The number 2 reason why I think Fairly Odd Parents is going downhill is the live action movie. Of course, we see Timmy Turner 10 years older. His friends have turned on him. Chester and AJ, they turned on him. They now make fun of him. Also, they put Timmy with his godparents still. At 22 years old, he's still got fairy fucking godparents. Plus, he's still in school with the same old damn teacher, Mr. Crocker. Vicky's still after him. The only thing they did different with that concept, not only is Timmy older, but Tootie is freaking gorgeous. But here's the problem with that. I don't have no disrespect for the character of Tootie. I think she really is an underrated character, even though she can be annoying. The problem I have is in the episode Channel Chasers, the TV movie they did years ago. Timmy was supposed to end up with Trixie. In the live action movie, this does not happen. They don't even mention this. There is even no mention of Trixie. So there goes all your damn logic out the window. You pretty much just got rid of everything and disproved Channel Chasers. Which Channel Chasers was actually what I heard to be the end of Fairly Odd Parents. But they wanted to let it drag on forever and ever and ever. Timmy was supposed to give up Cosmo and Wanda. Yes, he was. But now, certain circumstances, Nickelodeon wants to keep prolonging the show. Now we get to this stupid point to where Timmy Turner is just sharing his fairies. It's just gone on too damn long. We need to end it. Number 3 reason why I think it needs to end. It's really gotten nowhere. It's never been Nickelodeon's #1 show. Unlike Rugrats and SpongeBob, which actually brought Nickelodeon to where it is today, hell, even Hey Arnold did a better job with that. Hell, even the 90s Nicktoons, Rocko's Modern Life, Doug, Ren and Stimpy, All Real Monsters, Double Dare, even though that was a Nicktoon, that was a game show, and all Legends of the Hidden Temple, the other Nickelodeon game shows, all that. Amanda Show, Kenan and Kel, that brought Nickelodeon to what it is today. Fairly Odd Parents was a popular cartoon, still is. I enjoyed it, but it's one of Nickelodeon's longest lasting shows, though it's never really gotten Nickelodeon anywhere. It's never been Nickelodeon's, trying to think of the word here, it's never been Nickelodeon's bread and butter. That is SpongeBob. Though I think now, with SpongeBob getting to a point where the show is getting older, but it's improving from what it has in the previous seasons, now that Steven Hillenburg is coming back and doing it on his own with help from his original people. I think pretty much that with shows like Loud House, Harvey Beaks, and some of the newer Nicktoons coming up, plus the new Hey Arnold Jungle movie and the reboots that Nickelodeon is trying to greenlight. So I hope they do a hell of a lot better job than Cartoon Network's doing. Fairly Odd Parents is just there pretty much just for the sake of being there. It really serves no useful purpose. I can see what they're doing with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, they brought that brand back, and now it's big again like it was like in 1991, 1992. I can see that. Loud House, I can see why they did that, too. I mean, that's an amazing show. I'll do another thing about Loud House later, but that is simply amazing because you have different characters with different personalities. It feels like it's real. That there are real qualities to these people that make you want to like them. Fairly Odd Parents has been the same damn thing for 15 years. Though they've added new characters, gotten rid of a few, stuff like that, it's still the same damn thing it was 15 years ago. SpongeBob has at least been shown from different angles over the past few years. With the Squidward torture porn, and all the Patrick's being more of a prick stuff. Now, Fairly Odd Parents has just been the same damn thing for 15 years. It just needs to end. The only reason I'm saying SpongeBob doesn't need to really end right now is because they're actually making a third movie in 2019. And if I were Nickelodeon, I would let that be the end of SpongeBob right there. Is to use that third movie to end SpongeBob. But this is about why I think Fairly Odd Parents should die. I mean, Nickelodeon just really needs to take it off life support, take it behind the barn, and do like Old Yeller or a Rabid Dog. Put it out of its misery. I mean, I enjoyed the early seasons of Fairly Odd Parents. Some of them were the best thing ever. I mean, back years ago, we had Rugrats, SpongeBob, Cat Dog, Wild Thornberries, and Fairly Odd Parents was right there in the middle of it. I mean, I grew up watching this shit. And most of it was good. There were a few episodes in the early seasons I did not really like very much. But I tend to forgive it. Because everybody makes mistakes. But when you make the same mistakes for the next few years, and you just let your show get staler and staler and stagnate like a bunch of pond water, then that's when you really need to let the show die. I mean, my God. The Simpsons have been going on for 20-some years. Family Guy's been going on for quite a while. South Park's been along for 20 seasons. But you know what? Yes, they add new stuff all the time. And it's they make it more interesting. They try to keep it fresh and new. Fairly Odd Parents has tried that. It just don't work for them. I mean, you need to just go ahead and let the thing die. I mean, we've had the show for 15 years. And it's currently just now in its 10th season, people. I mean, 15 years and 10 seasons, that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, even though I know there was a hiatus years ago, along with Jimmy Neutron. But seriously, it just needs to go. I cannot stress that enough. Fairly Odd Parents just needs to go and die. Anyway, that's my rant on Fairly Odd Parents. Have a wonderful day, and stay loud.